c'est Nevis, j'espère que vous allez bien, moi ça va super. Donc on se retrouve aujourd'hui pour une toute nouvelle vidéo sur le jeu Yesterday de ma série. Donc c'est l'épisode 2. Donc on se rejoint, on reprend où je m'étais arrêté. Donc lui, on doit aller dans la grotte, aller aider notre ami, on va dire. Donc on y va.
Afraid of the dark, Cooper? Why don't you make a torch? Oh, yeah, now I remember, because you don't know how! Look, everybody, at the idiot who can't figure out how to make a torch! But no laughing, because it's pathetic. And he's a scumbag. You're a scumbag, aren't you, Cooper? You're pathetic, and you're a scumbag, right? Huh? Mr. Scumbag!
Ok, faut que je fabrique une torche, mais il a fait partie des scouts lui, et d'après que j'ai entendu, il est pas doué. Donc il faut que je fasse une torche. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a dans la poubelle? On va prendre. Ok, on prend quoi d'autre? Ok, là-dedans il y a un... Et là, j'ai un coup de chance, ce que j'ai fait. Alors, j'ai une batte. Moi, je pense qu'il faut mettre le chiffon.
What on God's green earth are you trying to do, Cooper? Make a torch? A torch? And how do you intend to keep the rag from falling off the bat, scumbag? It's not big enough to tie around the end!
Ok. Coup de chance à côté. Oh. Donc. Ensuite. Ok, il a eu ma
Playing
poubelle.
with fire, Cooper? Are you scared of the dark? Do you want me to change your sheets? Or would you rather I peed in your bed to save you the time, scumbag?
T'as le mec, il a été traumatisé chez les scouts ou quoi? 3 fois que... en espace de 5-8 minutes. Faut comprendre. Donc voilà. On se retrouve à l'endroit où notre ami était pris au piège. Je prends la corde parce que pour l'épisode, le mec il pouvait pas. Est-ce que lui il peut la prendre? Ok, j'ai le droit. Donc j'avais laissé le bâton. Est-ce que lui je peux le prendre? Oui. Ok. Donc la porte s'ouvre pas avec la barre. Oh c'est ouvert, on va aller voir là, c'est parti.
Cooper, you scumbag! Why did you hit
Putain, mais
Johnson,
c'est pas
huh?
possible.
He said what about your mother? There's probably some truth in it. And it's about time you learn to think instead of resorting to violence all the time. You are pathetic, Cooper.
Là j'avais essayé, c'était bloqué. On va essayer avec lui. Ok. Ok. Il faut que j'arrive à ouvrir le cadenas. Comment?
Go! Have you ever heard of a wedge? Huh? Even if we had the biggest one in the world, we wouldn't be able to get it into your head. Ain't that right, scumbag?
Putain, mais c'est pas possible. C'est ingénieux. On va rentrer pour voir ce qu'il y a. Ok. Je serais dans un hôpital. Il faudrait que j'arrive à passer. Il faudrait que je trouve quelque chose. On va chercher. Ok. Je peux pas passer avec ça, la planche. J'ai une corde, je crois. Si j'attache la corde. Pas une basket. Oh, ça fonctionne. Je suis trop fort. Je rigole. En fait, je vais de ce côté-là, mais je sais même pas ce que je dois faire. Ok.
Having trouble dragging around that fat ass, Cooper? It couldn't be because you eat too much, could it? Scumbag!
Oh, no.
Everybody look at Cooper! Ha! The fat ass who can't jump because he's so full of shit!
Il faut sa gueule. Oh, j'ai un revolver. Oh. Ok. Avec ça, je vais sûrement sortir. Putain, il a le style en plus. J'ai une move de ouf. On va retourner vers là.
After cleansing my soul of lies of the malignant one, I have filled it with discernment and have reached a decision. The heretic Henry White shall be subjected to the judgment of God, and thereby shall be flung into the well of truth. If the rats, those diabolical beings that inhabit it, perceive traces of divine goodness in Henry White's soul, they will rise up against him, tearing into his mortal flesh with their nails and teeth until he bleeds to death. In this case, we will rejoice at having led the soul of a just man to heaven. But if on the contrary, Henry White is as diabolical as they are, they will treat him with respect. And in that case, I myself shall, with a single shot, send his abominable, detestable, and repugnant soul to hell. Nevertheless, before flinging him into the well, I shall grant him enough time to ask forgiveness of the High One and prepare his soul in peace. We pray silently for your poor soul, Henry White.
Ok, d'accord, pas terrible. Là, il y a l'autre Robinson Crusoe. Non, c'est Boris. Un bon souvenir. Moi, je vais faire quoi là? Mais enfin. Ouais, je sais pas ce que je vais faire. Besoin d'aide, obligé. Ok, faut que j'aille là. Merci de l'aide, je suis désolé. Je vais fouiller. Ok, j'ai les balles maintenant. Les balles ils sont là et par hasard. L'autre, il n'y avait rien du tout. Il lui trouve encore plein de trucs. Enfin, voilà. Qu'est-ce qu'on va faire de ce truc?
Oh, souls from paradise, look all of you upon Henry White, the heretic who...
Tread on holy ground because he is a scumbag, right, Cooper? Now, what are you gonna do for your friend? Take a piss in the well like a sissy boy? Or are you gonna act like a man for once? Come on, shoot if you got it. No! Shoot!
Ok, l'autre est tombé dans le puits. L'autre est mort, il reste lui.
You bastard!
Oh. Le mec qui a tiré il a que 6 balles. Bah oui.
Henry? There aren't any rats. They were laughing at us. At Henry White. What are we gonna do with them? Henry.
Ouais, tête.
We're not gonna burn these ones.
Très rapide cette partie. What? J'ai pris une balle, il est pas mort. What the fuck? Oh. Bizarre. White en reprise. De nos jours. Ça veut dire maintenant.
Mr. White, your 6 o'clock is here. It's John yesterday.
Thank you, Lori. My compliments to your stylist. Great suit.
I picked it out, Mr. White.
Ah, then my compliments to Human Resources for hiring you.
You hired me yourself, Mr. White.
Oh, I see. Tell him to come right in, please.
Mr. White will see you now, Mr. Yesterday.
Thank you.
L'histoire de Monsieur
Come
Yesterday,
over
c'est le
here,
nom
John.
du jeu.
Have a look at this sunset.
Monsieur White, c'est le gamin qui
My
est dans
advice to you
la
is,
voiture.
if in your next life you come back as a filthy rich businessman, remember to get an office with a view like this. It's the only part that's really worth it in the end.
I can't even remember what I've done in this life, Mr. White.
Henry. Call me Henry. You used to call me that.
Donc, je vais vous laisser là, ou je vais continuer. Je vais continuer une petite un petit peu, 5 minutes peut-être. Donc, je vais voir. Désolé, je bug un peu. Bon, allez, c'est parti. On va poser la question sur la famille.
How is your mother doing?
She has a slight cold. She seems like a good person. She's been telling me a lot about my life, but I can't seem to remember anything about it. Not a thing.
Give her my best. And let me pick your brains for a moment. What has she told you? You never used to talk about yourself in the old days. What did...
All there is to tell.
Excusez-moi.
Only child, shy, few friends, obedient, athletic. I just wish I could remember.
What do you know about your youth?
I threw myself into my schoolwork. Apparently I'm smart. I have a
Intelligent.
master's in the history of
Famille,
religion from my
Buddha.
mother. She's a worldwide authority on the history of satanic cults. The terrible thing is that I don't remember a
Pardon.
single thing I learned in all those years in the university, except what was in the books you sent me in the hospital and what my mother has been telling me.
Ok.
Do
Vie
you have a
sentimentale.
partner?
My mother says I had a girlfriend a long time ago, Suzanne. Now I'm single, it seems.
Ok.
What has she told you about your likes?
This is strange. She told me that I never liked grapes. But the other day I tried one and it was delicious.
Interesting. To what extent are our likes and dislikes conditioned by our memories? By the way, I love grapes.
Ok. L'hôpital.
Everything all right at the hospital?
Yes, of course. Thank you for taking care of the bill.
I didn't do it. My money did. Sometimes it gets tired of rotting in the bank.
Ok, mec, il a de la thune, ils sont balistiques. Ouais, bizarre.
Tell me, John, have you managed to remember anything about your past on your own?
No. Well, sometimes I get small flashes of random images, sounds. It's happened 3 times now. Watching a movie, looking at my hand, seeing a bluebird.
Curious, isn't it? Tell me more.
Alors, le film.
What was it you remembered when you were watching that movie?
It took place in Paris. Suddenly, I saw, I don't know, a sort of antique shop. A girl.
Ok.
What came to mind when you looked at your hand?
Well, it was actually the scar on my hand. The image of a strange person appeared in my mind. Some kind of priest in a church. He was talking about killing someone. Me.
Je comprends pas. C'est qui lui? C'est pas Cooper, hein?
What happened when you looked at this blue bird?
It perched on the windowsill in the hospital. Suddenly I saw myself with a beard and long hair in a blizzard.
Oh, goodness, John. I haven't even offered you a chair.
Ah, c'est John.
I'm very sorry for what happened, John. Very sorry. I can't help thinking that it's all my doing.
On the contrary, I've come here to thank you.
And to get some answers, I imagine. What do you want to know?
Encore. On va continuer.
I want to know who I am.
I'm not God, John. If you want to solve that mystery, go to a church and pray.
Il est
I
con,
can
lui.
only resolve human dilemmas.
Un peu chrétien, ouais.
Why did you send those books on satanic cults to me in the hospital?
To help your mother re-educate you, and with an eye to a matter that we had between us. One that we still have.
Ok.
What connects me to you?
There's a lot, John. You were working for me when you tried to kill yourself. You got too involved in the investigation. You lost your perspective. Lori has the contract, by the way. Ask for her copy on your way out if you want.
Ok,
What did
enquête.
my investigation consist of?
I hired you to get information about the Order of the Flesh, a satanic cult from the 15th century, in the hope that this would help us trap a present-day killer. My own investigation wasn't going anywhere.
Encore.
What had you discovered before hiring me?
The Order of the Flesh was founded in 1463 by an ex-priest named Ginés de Orduña.
Ok.
Tell me about this
Yeah.
killer.
He's been killing hobos for years. First he only burned them, but then his modus operandi evolved.
How did the hobo killer evolve?
He stopped burning his victims and started torturing them using satanic rituals.
Ok.
What led you to link him to this cult?
At a certain point, he started carving a sort of Y into the bodies of his victims, the symbol of the Order of the Flesh.
Why are you so interested in capturing him?
For a time, they helped the homeless. Over the years, I stopped working with them because my money. It's been covering all their expenses since my parents
j'ai pas
died and I
cliqué, ça a
took
été
over
hyper
White
vite.
Enterprises. I'm not going to allow anyone
Bizarre,
to keep
petit bug
attacking
peut-être.
these people, John. And you're going to help me.
Ok, maintenant.
What was the Order of the Flesh about?
We know very little. They worshipped the devil and combined alchemy with torture in search of God knows what, until the Inquisition began to persecute them.
Ok. Encore.
Did the Inquisition put a stop to the Order of the Flesh?
In 1498, when it seemed like Cardinal Cisneros, the Grand Inquisitor, had them cornered, they disappeared from the map. They evaporated. No one knows how or to where.
Ok, encore mon enquête, on va aller
What
plus
did I
loin.
find out?
You started doing some research in the archives at the University of Salamanca in Spain, and you found something curious. A missive from the guard Captain Miguel de Somosierra to Cardinal Cisneros, written on the 31st of August, 1501.
Encore.
What did the letter say?
He stated that on that very morning his troops had traveled to the temple where they suspected the Order was meeting, that they went in and interrupted a demonic ritual, that they killed all its members without mercy, and that finally they burned the church, reducing it to rubble and the ashes of satanic cadavers.
Ok, on continue encore une fois.
The letter didn't say anything else?
Yes, the captain congratulated him for the tip that led them to the temple. Literally, he said, "Thankfully, Your Excellency saw the relationship between the Order of the Flesh and the Holy Cathedral of Our Lady of Paris. That led us to reveal the evil in an apparently holy church."
Oh, pour Dieu possible.
What relationship is there between Notre Dame and the Order?
That was the next and final step in your investigation. Paris.
Ok.
What did I find out in Paris?
I don't know. You disappeared there for 15 days when you finally called. You were very distressed. You told me that you found something very important and that you couldn't tell me over the telephone. So I flew to Paris.
Why didn't I tell you what I found out?
Because when I arrived at your hotel, you had attempted suicide. You were dying. You had swallowed mercury. Plus, you had cut your hand, drawing the symbol of the Order of the Flesh on your skin. It looked like a Y.
Ok.
How did you know it was a suicide?
You left a note. Forgive me, Henry, but to get to the bottom of this, first I must die.
Why did you hire me?
I hired your mother first, John, but after a while she came to a dead end. I didn't know where to go from there. She said that if anyone could get further, it would be you. Now you know everything, John. Talk to Lori. Have her give you your tickets.
What tickets?
Ah, did I forget to mention that? You're leaving for Paris this afternoon. That's okay with you, right?
Yeah, Henry. I need to know who I am.
Exactly, John. Your father would be proud of you.
He just went in.
You're sure the suite does not bring back any memories, Monsieur Yesterday?
No, I'm sorry.
Dommage. Well, call me if you need anything at all. Dinner, with adult entertainment. You get my drift?
Il parle très bien anglais
brunette,
français, oui,
old,
mais en VF.
black, white, young, oldies, sex spots, fat ladies, dwarves, hussies, spinsters, natural, surgically enhanced, clean, or filthy. And 10% discount if I get to watch. Okay?
Thank you, Albert. I'll keep it in mind.
Donc, sur ce, je vais vous laisser ici, dans l'hôtel à Paris. Donc j'espère que les 2 premiers épisodes vous plaisent. Désolé si je parle pas beaucoup, c'est pour que vous compreniez l'histoire. Mais la fin était un peu confus, épisode 2. Donc j'espère que vous avez compris. Donc je vais vous dire abonnez-vous, partagez, likez. Allez, salut!